Hi everyone, it's Miss Thangraj here, and now I'm going to make a video about how you can label the key features of a quadratic. How can you label the x-intercepts, how can you label the y-intercepts, and how can you label the vertex. And I'm going to show you how you can label these things using a coordinate. That means using a point with an x and a y. So let's look at an example right now. We're going to look at this example where we have 5 on the x-axis, minus 7 on the x-axis, and minus 35 on the y-axis. And I want to remind you about how you can make a point with an x and a y. So all our points should be x and then y. So x comes first and y comes second. So let's think about this point right here. This point, the 5, that is an x, which means it needs to come first. So this point is 5, and it's not up, it's not down, it's just right in the middle at y is equal to 0. So then we have 0 next. But the 5 had to come first because when you have a point in coordinate form, the x always comes first. Same thing over here. Here, this minus 7 is on my x-axis. So if I make this as a point, x, y, well, my x is minus 7, and my y is going to be 0. Now, let's look at our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is here. This minus 35 is on my y-axis. It is a y. So if I look at this, it's not an x. It can't come first. It has to come second. So that means it's going to be, not x, it's going to be y over here, minus 35, and it's going to be 0 here because if I go up here, then this x value right here is going to be 0. Now, we can do one more thing. We can find the vertex. And some of you haven't really talked about that yet or learned about that yet. But the vertex is just that point that's at the lowest point, and it's at the axis of symmetry. So again, we want to say the x and the y. So we have done our bunny hops in a previous video. And I know that this vertex, first let's do the x. The x, if I go up here to the x is, oh, that's minus 1. And my y is something over here that is less than minus 35. So maybe minus 36. So that would be my vertex. This is my y-intercept. This is one x-intercept, and this is another x-intercept. So don't forget, you always need to put the x first, the number from the x's first, and then second, the number from the y's. Okay, so hopefully that helps you a little bit. And if you've made mistakes in the past, you can hopefully fix those mistakes now that you've been reminded that the x comes first and the y comes second.